What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's start it with our first news. Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka didn't hold back when asked about Tom Aspinall's controversial stoppage in his fight against Cyril Gane following an accidental eye poke. Speaking in an interview with Michael Bisping, Prochazka made it clear that, in his eyes, a true warrior should keep fighting if they can still move, no matter the circumstances. In classic Jiri fashion, his comments reflected his unique mindset and deep belief in the code of a fighter. "I always want to finish the fight. I want to win. I don't want to stop unless I truly cannot continue," Prochazka said. "Even if I need a little time to recover, I'll find a way to fight again. I'll use my instincts, my intuition, whatever it takes, because the fans came to see a battle. Especially when it's a main event, you owe it to them to give everything." Prochazka implied that Aspinall may have overthought the situation rather than relying on pure fighting spirit. "Maybe Tom started to calculate too much," he continued. "He might have thought, it's better not to fight him right now. Maybe next time I'll be more prepared. But that's not the mentality I believe in. Many times in my career, I've faced difficult moments, low blows, injuries, accidental shots, but I never stopped. You fight through it. That's the way of the warrior." Beyond his criticism of Aspinall, Jiri also opened up about his own career ambitions. He expressed strong interest in a third fight with Alex Pereira, saying he's confident he could finally defeat the Brazilian if given a full training camp. Prochazka explained that both of their previous encounters were far from ideal. The first fight came on short notice, while in the rematch he was dealing with a staph infection that severely affected his performance. Still, he refused to withdraw because it was a title fight, something he says is against his nature. Now, fully healthy and motivated, Prochazka's primary goal is to bring the light heavyweight belt back to the Czech Republic, his homeland. Only after achieving that, he says, will he consider a move down to middleweight. The interview also included one of Prochazka's signature eccentric moments. Laughing, he described his unconventional training methods, revealing that he sometimes trains completely naked in his forest dojo. He explained that he enjoys feeling the contrast between the cold river and the hot sauna, calling it a way to achieve natural balance for both body and spirit. While opinions remain divided about Aspinall's reaction to the eye poke, Jiri Prochazka's message was clear. True fighters embrace chaos, endure pain, and keep moving forward, no matter what stands in their way. Before we jump into the next story, we have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon. It really helps us out, and ensures you'll never miss an update. Moving on to another news. UFC bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili has opened up about the circumstances behind his decision to accept a short-notice rematch against Pereira, revealing the mindset and motivation that led him to step in earlier than expected. Just weeks before his next title defense, Dvalishvili explained that he didn't want to lose his momentum or wait too long between fights. According to the Georgian champion, the opportunity came at a time when he was eager to stay active. "If I didn't fight this year," Merab said, "I would have had to wait until spring for another bout, and that's something I just couldn't accept. I always want to keep improving, stay sharp, and give fans the best version of me every time I step into the octagon." Known for his relentless pace and tireless cardio, Dvalishvili, often referred to as the Machine, said that fighting regularly keeps his competitive edge alive and helps him maintain focus. During the same interview, Merab also shared a personal story about the only time Dana White was ever genuinely upset with him. The issue arose when Merab refused to fight his longtime friend and teammate, Aljamain Sterling, who was holding the bantamweight title at the time. "Dana was really mad," Merab admitted, "but I told him I'd never fight Aljo. He's my brother. We've been through every single training camp together. He's helped me from day one. There's no world where I'd ever fight him." Despite the tension, Dvalishvili said that his loyalty to Sterling is unwavering, emphasizing the importance of friendship and integrity over business. Turning his attention to potential future opponents, Merab also addressed ongoing discussions about a super fight with former featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski. While he downplayed the possibility in the short term, he didn't rule it out completely. "Right now, my focus is on the bantamweight division," he explained. "But if I clean out the division and there are no challengers left, then maybe a fight with Volkanovski could happen. It would be an honor, but for now, I'm focused on defending my title and continuing to improve." Reflecting Reflecting on his first fight with Pereira, Dvalishvili acknowledged how much he has grown since then. "In the first fight, I was nervous and under pressure," he admitted. "Now, I'm more mature and comfortable, but I can't be too relaxed. I know Peter will fix his mistakes. In our first fight, he didn't respect me enough. He underestimated what I could do. This time, I expect him to come better prepared, so I have to be an even better version of myself." Merab concluded by saying his mindset is the same as always, to outwork, outlast, and outperform his opponents. "If Yan improves by 70%, he said, then I have to be 100% better. That's my goal. Keep pushing, keep evolving, and keep showing who the real machine is." Moving on to another news, former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker has officially thrown his name into the mix for one of the biggest cards in UFC history, the White House event scheduled for June 2026. Whittaker revealed that he's eyeing a matchup with former champion Sean Strickland, a fight he believes would be a thrilling test for both men and a major opportunity to propel him back into title contention. Speaking recently, Whittaker explained that his interest in fighting Strickland isn't fueled by bad blood but by a genuine appreciation for the stylistic challenge Strickland presents. "I've wanted that fight for a long time," Whittaker said. "Sean's a tough, durable fighter who keeps a high pace and pressures constantly. That's the kind of fight that brings out the best in me. It's a matchup between two high-level strikers who aren't afraid to stand in the pocket and trade. I think fans would love it." Strickland, currently ranked number 3 in the middleweight division, remains one of the most unpredictable and outspoken fighters on the roster. Whittaker believes a victory over him would firmly re-establish his place among the elite and potentially earn him another shot at the title. "Sean's right at the top, and a win over him would put me exactly where I need to be," Whittaker added. "I want to stay active, and I want fights that mean something." While Whittaker's call-out captured headlines, the middleweight division conversation is heating up elsewhere as well. On the McCano and Burns podcast, hosts discussed who they believe current champion Dricus du Plessis, DDP, could face next, and their pick was Brendan Allen. Allen, fresh off a massive win over former ONE champion Rainier de Ridder, has been vocal about wanting to make a serious title run. According to the hosts, the matchup between Allen and du Plessis makes perfect sense, not only stylistically but also because of their past tension. "Brendan has wanted this fight for a long time," one host said. "He's been calling out Dricus even before Dricus became champion. There's real history between them." The discussion highlighted Allen's grappling strengths, emphasizing his dangerous ground game and evolving striking. However, they also pointed out the depth of the division, noting that contenders like Chris Curtis, Fluffy, Sean Strickland, Robert Whittaker, and even Khamzat Chimaev are all circling near title contention. "Brendan's an incredible grappler," one analyst said, "but against a guy like du Plessis, you need to have everything: takedown defense, the ability to get up, and confidence on the bottom. Dricus is such a powerful wrestler that if he gets you down, you're staying there unless you have world-class defense." Another voice chimed in, saying, "Only a few guys can take Dricus down, maybe Khamzat, maybe Fluffy. But even then, it's no easy task." As the middleweight landscape continues to shift, both Whittaker versus Strickland and du Plessis versus Allen are generating major fan buzz. Between veteran experience, rising contenders, and stylistic fireworks, the division looks more competitive than ever heading into 2026. Moving on to another news, UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria has just made a major announcement that has sent shockwaves through the MMA world. In a recent interview conducted in Spanish, Topuria opened up about his future plans, his thoughts on potential opponents like Paddy Pimblett and Islam Makhachev, and confirmed that the long-rumored UFC event in Spain is officially moving forward in a big way. Topuria began by clarifying that his fight schedule remains on track, despite his brother Alexander Topuria set to compete in November at UFC Qatar. He made it clear there would be no conflict in training camps, as both brothers have separate preparations and timelines. "I can fully focus on my own camp," Ilia said. "My brother has his fight, and I have mine. We support each other, but our paths are different right now. I'm ready to return to action in January." When asked about potential opponents, Topuria didn't hold back. While he acknowledged that a fight with Paddy Pimblett is the most realistic option for now, he emphasized that his true goal is to face Islam Makhachev, the reigning lightweight champion. "Paddy is fun for the fans, but the fight that excites me the most, the fight that really makes sense for my legacy, is Islam," Topuria said. "It's the kind of fight that defines champions. I want the biggest names, the toughest tests." However, However, the biggest revelation came when Topuria confirmed that plans for a UFC event in Spain, specifically at the legendary Santiago Bernabéu Stadium in Madrid, are progressing rapidly behind the scenes. "We are taking steps bigger and stronger than anyone can imagine," Topuria revealed. "The plans for the UFC at the Bernabéu are much further along than people think. Last year, the main obstacle was the ESPN broadcast deal, but that issue is now resolved. Everything is moving forward faster than ever." Topuria hinted that the UFC has already begun internal preparations for the historic event and that Spanish fans can expect something monumental. He added, "Every day we move closer. I wish I could share the exact date or the full fight card, but it's still being finalized. What I can say is that this event will happen. The UFC is coming to Spain. It's no longer just talk. It's real. It's happening." For Topuria, who proudly represents both Spain and Georgia, this event would mark a career-defining moment and a historic milestone for European MMA. The possibility of him headlining a card at the iconic home of Real Madrid would make it one of the most memorable nights in UFC history. As excitement builds, fans are already speculating about potential matchups for the 2026 Bernabéu event, with names like Paddy Pimblett, Alexander Volkanovski, and Islam Makhachev all being floated. But as Topuria himself put it, "For now, we focus on what's ahead. But make no mistake, the UFC in Spain will happen. It's just a matter of time." Moving on to another news, UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira has once again shown that his charisma and sense of humor match his knockout power inside the octagon. In a hilarious moment that quickly went viral across social media, Pereira recreated the famous Mike Tyson and Dana White video, a clip that originally featured the boxing legend playfully kicking the UFC president out of his seat on a private jet. The original video, filmed several years ago, showed Tyson boarding a private plane where Dana White was comfortably seated. Tyson jokingly demanded Dana move, saying he wanted that seat. White, knowing better than to argue with Iron Mike, immediately stood up and gave it to him, leaving fans around the world laughing at the lighthearted exchange. Fast forward to 2025, and Alex Pereira decided to recreate the viral moment in his own signature style. The UFC champ posted a short video to his social media accounts, where he walks onto a private jet, spots a man seated in a chair, and says in a calm but assertive tone, "I like this seat." When the man hesitates, Pereira repeats with a smirk, "Hey, come on, move it. I like this seat. I like it better." The man quickly gets up, and Pereira sits down with his trademark stone-faced expression, before breaking into a grin and saying, "Nice." The video immediately exploded online, drawing millions of views within hours. Fans flooded the comment section, praising Pereira for his comedic timing and self-awareness. Many noted that it was rare to see the usually stoic and intimidating fighter show such a playful side. One fan commented, "This is the most personality we've ever seen from Pereira, and I love it." Another joked, "If Pereira told me to move seats, I'd be out of the plane entirely." Even Dana White himself reacted, sharing the video on his Instagram story with laughing emojis, adding, "Guess I'm never safe on private planes again." The interaction further fueled the friendly banter between the UFC boss and his Brazilian star. This latest moment adds to the growing legend of Alex Pereira, not just as a fierce competitor, but as one of the most entertaining personalities in the UFC. From his icy pre-fight stares to his dry humor outside the cage, Pereira continues to connect with fans on multiple levels. Whether he's defending titles, trolling rivals, or recreating classic moments, Alex Pereira proves time and time again that he's not just a champion in the octagon, he's a natural showman. And as the UFC gears up for another explosive year, fans can expect plenty more unforgettable Pereira moments to come. Moving on to another news, UFC bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley recently gave major props to rising contender Umar Nurmagomedov following his impressive victory over Mario Bautista at UFC 321. The fight, which showcased Umar's composure and well-rounded skill set, earned praise from fighters and analysts alike, and now, Sugar himself is joining that chorus of admiration. During a recent episode of his podcast, O'Malley couldn't help but applaud Nurmagomedov's technical brilliance and complete MMA game. "Mario versus Umar, god damn it, Umar's so good," O'Malley said. "He's so skilled, such a good striker, and so good at grappling. He's got such a strong team behind him. Skill for skill, I think he's one of the best guys in the division, maybe even the best." O'Malley, known for his sharp striking and fight IQ, rarely hands out compliments to rivals, but his comments about Umar carried genuine respect. He even admitted that he got caught up in the intensity of the bout. "I got so pumped when Mario dropped him," O'Malley recalled with a laugh. "He threw that kick and ran right into the knee. I was jumping up and down." But Umar stayed composed, recovered, and dominated the rest of the fight. That's what great fighters do. The bantamweight division has long been one of the most competitive in the UFC, and O'Malley acknowledged that things are getting even more interesting. "The division's wild right now," he said. "We've got Merab Dvalishvili versus Pereira coming up, and both Umar and I don't have fights booked. There's a lot of talk. Ayman Zahabi's calling me out. People are saying I might fight Song Yadong, but nothing's set in stone yet. It's all up in the air." O'Malley's remarks about Nurmagomedov have fueled fan speculation about a potential future matchup between the two. Umar, the cousin of former lightweight king Khabib Nurmagomedov, has remained undefeated in the UFC and continues to climb the rankings with dominant performances that showcase his elite wrestling and rapidly improving striking. Many fans have called him the "dark horse" of the division, a fighter with the potential to dethrone anyone, including O'Malley himself. The idea of a Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov showdown is one that excites the MMA world. It would be a fascinating clash of styles, O'Malley's creative, sniper-like striking against Umar's relentless pressure, chain wrestling, and suffocating control. Both fighters are young, confident, and backed by some of the best teams in the sport. As O'Malley summed it up, "The bantamweight division's crazy right now. There's no easy fight. Everyone's hungry. And Umar, man, that guy's the real deal." With both fighters currently unbooked, fans are already wondering if this mutual respect could one day turn into one of the most anticipated fights in UFC bantamweight history.